Welcome back, everyone. We're diving into something a little different this time.
Different good, I hope.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
We've got this Love Ireland newsletter, and honestly, it's charming.
Charming how?
Well, it's packed with these little bits of trivia, travel tips, even some Irish humor sprinkled in. We're going to really explore what makes it tick.
Sounds like fun. A deep dive into the heart of Ireland through a newsletter. I'm in.
Perfect. Let's jump right in. One thing that caught my eye right away was this reader tip about packing a hot water bottle for those chilly Irish nights, apparently.
Ah, yes, classic. You never quite know what the weather's going to do in Ireland.
Right. So smart, be prepared. Speaking of being prepared, this issue focuses on County Dublin, home of Molly Malone, as they put it. What's the draw there for travelers, do you think?
Dublin. Oh, where do you even start? History, literature, you can practically breathe it in, walk in those cobblestone streets.
It's calling to me already. And then there's this new travel quizzer they've got,
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
asking, where is the Lake Isle of Innisfree? I have to admit, I'm stumped. Do you know?
I do, but let's give our listeners a chance to ponder that one.
All right, fair enough. Keeping the mystery alive.
Yeah.
But here's something I bet no one saw coming.
What's that?
They mention a hardware pub in Dingle. A hardware pub.
Now, that's something you don't see every day. Gotta love those uniquely Irish quirks.
Absolutely. It made me chuckle.
Yeah.
I also noticed they're pushing their premium content pretty hard. What do you make of that? What are people looking for these days, travel-wise?
It seems like folks want to go beyond the surface. They crave the insider scoop, those local secrets you don't find in guidebooks.
That makes sense, especially with how popular social media's become. Everyone wants those unique, shareable experiences. And their Around the Web section is all about that, with articles about everything from a Titanic-inspired family trip to a village that looks like a Disney movie set.
It's all about showcasing the variety Ireland offers, wouldn't you say?
Hmm.
And speaking of things to see and do, did you notice how many experiences they say are likely to sell out in 2024?
I did. Seems like Ireland's having a moment. It must be all the buzz this newsletter's creating.
Well, they're certainly doing a good job of highlighting its appeal. But you know what else caught my eye? That Irish food you will love section.
Oh, yes. Hearty stews, fresh seafood, soda bread. Makes my mouth water just thinking about it.
The food is amazing, but it's the experience that truly makes it special. Gathering around a table with loved ones, sharing stories, and enjoying that warm Irish hospitality. And speaking of Irish traditions, we can't forget about the craic section. This time, they've got a joke about funerals.
I saw that. A bit unexpected, perhaps?
A bit, yes. But that's the Irish sense of humor for you. Finding lightheartedness even in life's darker moments. It's a testament to their resilience and their ability to find joy in the midst of it all.
I think that perfectly encapsulates the spirit of this newsletter. They managed to weave together practicality with a sense of wonder. It's like they're saying, come for the tips, stay for the heart of Ireland.
Couldn't have put it better myself. They're definitely doing a fantastic job of capturing the essence of Irish culture and sharing it with the world.
It's amazing how they capture that spirit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Practical and whimsical all at once. Like, remember that village they mentioned?
Mhm.
The one in County Wicklow?
Oh, yeah, the one that's supposed to look like a Disney movie.
Exactly. It's like they're saying, hey, come to Ireland, and you might just stumble into a fairy tale.
I'd sign up for that. Speaking of unique experiences, they also talked about that family trip to Belfast, inspired by the Titanic, no less.
It just goes to show you, history comes alive in Ireland.
Yeah.
And there's something for everyone, like that section on Irish food.
Don't even get me started. The stews, the seafood, the soda bread.
It's more than just the food, though, right? It's the whole experience, that sense of community you get when you're sharing a meal in Ireland. And speaking of community, did you see that from social media section?
I did. It's like getting a sneak peek into other people's trips. Exactly. Add a whole new dimension to the newsletter. And you know what else I noticed? They're really pushing that premium content again.
Yeah, I saw that too. It seems like a lot of these travel newsletters are doing that these days.
I guess people are hungry for more, more than just the basic travel tips. They want that expert insight.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're planning a big trip. You want to make sure you're getting the most out of it.
Absolutely. No one wants to waste their precious vacation time on tourist traps.
Speaking of making the most of your time, they did mention that some experiences are likely to sell out next year.
They did, didn't they? That definitely caught my attention. It seems like Ireland's becoming more and more popular.
Well, with all it has to offer, it's no surprise. History, culture, stunning landscapes, and let's not forget that world-famous Irish charm.
It's a winning combination for sure. But with all this talk about popularity and selling out, I think there's an important point we need to make.
What's that?
Just because something is popular doesn't mean it's the right fit for everyone.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
We all have different travel styles and interests.
Exactly. So while it's great to be aware of what's trending and what's likely to be in high demand, it's even more important to focus on what you want to get out of your trip.
So instead of just following the crowds, we should be following our own curiosity.
Absolutely. Let your interests guide you. Do your research. And don't be afraid to venture off the beaten path. Who knows? You might just stumble upon your own hidden gem, a place that speaks to your soul in a way that no popular tourist spot ever could. It's like they wanted us to keep reading, right? To find out the answer.
Totally. But they never actually revealed it.
Yeah.
So frustrating. Do you happen to know what the most visited city in Ireland is?
Well, I do, but I'm not sure I should spoil the fun.
Come on, don't leave us hanging.
All right, all right. But I think the bigger takeaway here is that most visited doesn't always equal best, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point. What really matters is finding the places that resonate with you, personally.
Exactly. It's about discovering those hidden gems that speak to your interests, your travel style. That's where the real magic happens.
So we shouldn't be afraid to go off the beaten path.
Absolutely not. In fact, I'd encourage it. That's how you find those truly unforgettable experiences, the ones that stay with you long after you've returned home.
And this newsletter, with all its quirky tips and local insights, it's like a roadmap for doing just that.
It is. It's a treasure trove of inspiration, a starting point for crafting your own unique Irish adventure.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I have one final question for our listeners. If you were planning a trip to Ireland, what would you be most excited to experience?
What calls to you? The history, the culture, the landscapes?
Or maybe it's something else entirely, something we haven't even touched on today.
Whatever it is, we encourage you to explore, to embrace your curiosity, and create a journey that's as unique as you are.
Well said. And who knows, maybe one day we'll all cross paths in Ireland, sharing stories over a pint of Guinness.
Now that's an adventure I'd look forward to.
Well, until then, happy travels, everyone. And may your journey be filled with the warmth and magic of the Emerald Isle.